These days, big box PC games are getting harder and harder to find, and it's very rare they show up on Facebook Marketplace. But some of these are getting very expensive. For example, one of these games you see here is worth over £100. Want to find out which one? Stick around.
Game Pickups!
Building the Games Room!
Run tricks!
Live Game Hunting!
Oh yeah!
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Game Pickups. I have added some amazing bits to my collection over the past few weeks and I want to share them with you, as well as tips of how to build your collection and get the best game deals. So if you enjoy what you see, please hit that subscribe button. So I put new videos out every Saturday live at 5, as well as bonus content throughout the week, and I want you along for the ride. Now let's jump in to these Game Pickups. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you know one of my favourite ways to build my collection is picking up game bundles. Keeping the games I want, selling or trading the ones I already have in my collection. So check out the stack of Xbox One games I got from just one Facebook Marketplace pickup. I got all of these games for just £5. Yes, we do have not one, not two, not three, but 4 FIFAs going 15 to 18. We also have WWE 2K15, Call of Duty World War II, which, when you look inside, has a little bit of a surprise. So we not only have the disc for World War II, we also have the disc for Modern Warfare. So I'll be able to sell that one on eBay, disc only. The other games we have in this bundle, we have a Battlefield 1, as well as the 2 games I actually picked this bundle up for, Red Dead Redemption 2 and Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. These are the 2 games I wanted in my collection, and if I'd bought these from CX, they would have sent me back a lot more than £5. But wait, there's more. Just remember then, we paid £5 for this bundle and obviously a little bit of petrol to go and pick it up. The value of these 2 games in CX today, if you went into the shop and bought them off the shelves, would be £27. Just for these 2 games, but it doesn't stop there. These 2 games will trade into CX for £3, so you know, not the biggest deal of all time, but remember we only paid £5, and also with this bonus disc inside here, we'll be able to sell this disc on eBay for anything from £5 to £7. So, you know, consider we paid £5, we got a lot of value, and that, my friends, is how you build a game collection. Recently I did a video all about the 3DS and the games I think you need to pick up cheap while they are cheap, as they're only going to get more expensive, and one of the games I spoke about was Pokemon Moon, and this is the fan edition. So yeah, you know what these are. They are super cool. They have a copy of the game inside as well as the steelbook, and the best thing about this one is the game is still sealed. It will be staying sealed, as I'm sure I can pick this one up pretty cheap again. This fan edition set me back £30, but I reckon down the line it's going to get a lot more. Carrying on with the Pokemon theme, and there's so many Pokemon games to get, but a good idea to get at the minute is the Switch game. So I decided to pick up Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, and I'm not sure how I'm going to get on with this game. I've heard it's a bit like Pokemon Go, it's a little bit simplified, so I'm kind of wondering how I'm going to feel about this one, especially as I've been playing Pokemon Arceus a lot recently. So let me know down in the comments below, and obviously now as well I'm going to be keeping an eye out for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Continuing on the Nintendo Switch theme and another absolutely iconic franchise, I picked up Super Mario Party. If you have not played one of these games yet on the Switch makes it so much more fun. I think just having the wireless controllers and like those little tiny differences, it makes it so good. This one is actually brand new. I've been playing the other one which was released on the Switch recently and just knew I had to pick this one up. This was a Facebook Marketplace pickup for just 20 quid and it is brand new. The person I bought this off said they found it down the back of their piano, which is one of the most random things I think anyone has ever told me about a Facebook pickup, but for 20 quid for a brand new Switch game, absolutely amazing deal. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you will know I'm a massive fan of limited run games, and what a lot of people don't seem to take into account when they buy games, sometimes you have to wait a little while for your games, especially if you combine 1 or 2 more games in a shipping order. So I have been waiting for these games for nearly a year, and I can tell you what, it was worth the wait. The first game is the Castlevania collection, and just look at some of the games on offer here. This is such a cool way to go back and play some of these games which are so expensive to play now. So being able to have this physical copy on a Switch is super cool. The other game I picked up was Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Ghoul Patrol, which, if you hadn't guessed by now, came with these amazing 3D glasses. It is just little things like this which really make me realise how much I love Limited Run. After picking up the Castlevania collection from Limited Run, that got me thinking, I really need to add more Castlevania games into my collection. And of course we all know the games on the NES, the SNES and the Mega Drive are already super expensive, especially some of the ones on the PlayStation 1. They are getting very rare. So I decided to start picking up some of the games for the Xbox 360, such as Castlevania Lords of Shadow. And this is a game I never played back on the Xbox 360 days, but I thought, you know, you've got to start somewhere. This is a cheaper game to add into the collection. I think this is only about £5 off eBay, and I'm only hoping to add more and more Castlevania games to my collection over time. Another way to build up your collection is through trading, and I don't just mean trading games into CX, I mean trading with fellow collectors. So basically you can reach out to people and just trade your doubles, trade games you already have for games you don't, and that's what I did with one of the games I picked up recently in a bundle to somebody who viewed the channel, and they sent me this copy of Dracula II The Last Sanctuary for the PlayStation 1 from their doubles, and I sent them a trade as well. And this thing is in absolutely beautiful condition. It is double disc. I did know it did not have the instruction, but you know, all I had to do was send a game I had in my collection already and doubles of. He had doubles this. We're both happy. Everyone wins. Here's something I've never seen before, a novelisation of a video game, and this is the novelisation of Battlefield 3 by none other than Andy McNabb. You know, he writes a lot of kind of SAS stories, stuff like this. I saw this one in a charity shop, and you know what? For £1.50, I thought this was pretty cool. You know, it looks nice on the shelf, and you know, I'm a massive fan of Battlefield 3, so happy to add this into the collection. While we are talking about video game books, everyone should pick this book up. It is absolutely incredible. This is Playing with Power, Nintendo NES Classics. Look at the artwork on there, and as we open up the book, look at some of the artwork as it just goes through some of the classic levels of some of these video games. If you used to read Nintendo Power or magazines like that back in the day, you owe it to yourself to hunt down a copy of this. It's not too expensive. Trust me, treat yourself. Speaking of NES classics, it's frankly embarrassing to say it's taken me this long to add this game into my collection. I don't really know how I can call myself a gamer, let alone a game collection, without owning this game, but I now own Duck Hunt for the NES. It's just one of those games. I know I can pick it up cheap at any time, and it's just taken me this long to actually pick it up. And yeah, I'm looking forward to shooting some ducks and being laughed at by that damn dog. We've come to the last pickup of this video, and as I said at the start of the video, I picked up this massive bundle of vintage big box PC games for just £10. And there is some absolutely iconic titles in here, and one of which is worth a surprising amount of money. I'm going to go through all of these and then finish with the one that's super valuable. It's not actually very often I add big box PC games into my collection nowadays. You just don't see them very often, and you know, I've got a reasonable knowledge about them, but I don't know every single game, such as these first two, which I know very little about. So first we have Battle Isle Platinum, and I literally know nothing about this. It looks like kind of a cool early 2000s RTS game, and I presume this Battle Isle, the Andalusia War, is also an expansion for this game. If you've played these games before, let me know in the comments below. I know very little about these two. If you didn't know, I'm a massive Dungeons and Dragons fan, so I'm really happy to add this copy of Baldur's Gate into my collections. This is one of the expansions, I do believe, Shadows of Amin, but it's just the artwork on some of these, just the way they kind of open up. And you know, it's just a cool looking thing to have on a shelf. I think we can all agree this is a classic PC big box game. Speaking of absolutely iconic PC games, we have Unreal and Mech Commander. So, spoiler alert, this is actually empty. Couldn't find the disc for this one, but it's the box, which I love about this one. And what else is there to say about Unreal Tournament and Unreal? This was an absolute beast back in the days on the PC, and really happy to add this into my very small PC big box collection. This was a game I never got to play back in the day on PC, because I never had a PC powerful enough to run Operation Flashpoint. An absolutely iconic game again. I did actually play the version of this which they released on the original Xbox, which is surprisingly good, but it's a really cool one to have in the big box. This is the high ticket item of this bundle right here. This game can go for over £100. I have no idea why it's so expensive. I just guess it didn't get such a wide release on the PC. But this big box is absolutely beautiful, and I think any fan of Metal Gear Solid would be really happy to add this into their collection. So I am very happy to add this into my collection. That then, folks, is what I love about video game collecting. You never know what you're going to pick up. You know, I picked up Switch games this time, big box PC games, Xbox games, even NES games, just anything. It is the most fun thing about collecting, and why I hope you join me here every week for new episodes, as I'll be out game hunting, getting game pickups, and just general game chit chat. So please subscribe if you've enjoyed this video, leave a like, it really helps the channel, and as always, keep playing the game. See y'all soon.